Hi, I'm Happy Pikachu, but you can just call me Pika. I'm a competitive Splatoon player since October of last year. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for me it felt like being home again. I started playing Splatoon 1 on release date. At the time, competitive Splatoon wasn't really a thing. At least for us it wasn't. I started getting into Splatoon through some YouTubers and awaited the date on which I'm finally able to play it myself. I can remember how I begged my parents that I could play Splatoon on the test fire dates, because they were quite late and I haven't gotten my own TV yet. Fast forward a little and you get to the time where I found this YouTube channel. At the time small, but he quickly began to be my favorite. His humor and the way he talked made me feel like being a part of something. This would be a good time to mention that I'm Swiss and that I watched pretty much everything in German. The name nowadays doesn't matter much, but through him I found my first team. At the time we didn't use the term team, instead it was a clan. It was called SCI, which stood for So Coole Inklinge. Translated it would mean something like Super Cool Inklings. It meant the world to me. We pretty much were together every day and played. Sometimes just casual turf war, on other occasions ranked. And even modes like Deathmatch or Hide and Seek were played very often. We sometimes even had clan wars versus other clans. I can remember how we played against this one team and their E-leader was really out of their mind and picked us out really often. Clan wars were an interesting format, where you first play a 4v4, after that a 2v2 and then a 1v1. Whoever won the most matches won it. It was a nice format and I really enjoyed playing 1v1s at the time. But not just Splatoon was played, even though it was the prime game. We gave each other some intense matches in Smash, and sometimes relaxing in Minecraft and just building random stuff was cool too. We even had our Pokemon Peak, where we played free-for-alls, which was really fun because we pretty much used trash mons. I remember popping off with Guts Radicate, which was PU garbage. But sadly, how every team finds an end, someday we found ours. The main reason was probably because we played so much stuff that the focus from Splatoon just shifted too much. It didn't really help that our clan leader began to lose interest in Splatoon at all. After that, everyone had their own ideas on how the clans should be moving forward. And some pairings in the team couldn't stand others, which just splitted us even more. And in the end, we couldn't find a compromise. I was devastated. This was literally my second family, and we just broke apart. From that time, nobody really stayed with me. I have still some contact from the time, but we never really do anything, to be honest. Nonetheless, this clan was my family, and I began to love everyone. Some shoutouts if anyone sees this: Noah, Max, and of course Gina. Thanks for making this one of the best times in my life. In Splatoon 2, I never really found someone who played the game with me, so I lost interest in the first month or so. Kinda sad, but that's the truth. I unfortunately could never experience the rock paper scissors matter of Blaster, Duelist, and Umbrella, which still sounds so cool to me. At least I played through Octo Expansion, which still is such a great story mode. I love Octo Expansion so much. But you can shut up with those matchmaker boxes level. Those were so fucking annoying. I still go wild when I think about it. But moving on. Splatoon 3 got announced, and it looked great. Even some of my friends who never played the game bought the game. They never really played much, but it's a thing nonetheless. So of course, before release, I watched the hell out of Splatoon 2 YouTube to prepare. Through that, I found Squid School, and through him started to play Splatoon 2 again. Kenza52 and Deco Splatling were so fun to play. After the release of Splatoon 3, I played the hell out of the story mode. 100%ed it on day 2, with the final level after Alterna costing me a little bit of time, but it was really fine to BH. It is sad that it wasn't as hard as Octo Expansion, but that's to be expected. After that, I started to play different weapons, and with that I mean I played every weapon to 1 star. Found that Gal and Machine were my favorites, and tried to find a team so I can play this game more, and not just drop it again instantly. Squid School once told in a team searching video that the DSB, the Deutsche Splatoon Bundesliga, translated into German Splatoon Bundesliga, exists. So I tried my luck there, and of course on the Academy Discord itself, and quickly found some teams that had interest in me on the DSP server. One of those teams was Frosty Salmons. I got invited to a tryout and got picked into the team. Since then we got to play on some competitions, like the DSP itself, where we got second in the 8th division and got second in the low level tournament, to name a few. I'm really happy with this team and I think I found a new home, finally. Thank you guys, Scissor, Maxi, Baloo, 5Tails. You all especially made this team what it is, and of course everyone else that is part, that I haven't gotten to play with much. And of course the coaches. I'm looking forward to more tourneys and even greater results. And maybe we even get to play in a higher division next DSP season. But one thing for me is set in stone. If Splatoon stays as relevant for me as it is now, I will definitely play this game for years to come. Thanks for listening to this somewhat crippling old guy talking about his Splatoon journey. If you're interested, I began to cut a killing montage of our team back at the start of our DSP season, but never got to finish it. So here it is if you want to see it. But for me, that's it for now. If you got your own story to share, my comments are open. And I'm looking forward to what everyone has to say about this one. Pika is out.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. The job's a joke, you broke.